Happy Monday morning, evening when you guys are watching, but morning when we're recording. How are you, Sam?
Woof.
Woof. I was going to do the woof.
I know, but you got to say hi, so I get to woof.
Okay.
For those of you, if this is your first time listening or watching to KETS, welcome. Welcome to the absolute madness, where we do a bit of South African current events. We chop it up. Chloe and I talk a lot of shit. We try to keep you company. We try to make you have a giggle, and sometimes we're successful, other times not so much. But we're here every week.
Yeah.
Mondays and Thursdays.
You said Mondays question mark?
Question mark, yeah.
What day is it today?
Yeah, it's a Monday. Mondays and Thursdays, swinging for the fences. I've said this once before and I'll say it again. Come on down, the water's real cold.
Yeah. Well, in exciting news, we were featured in an article, which we didn't even know about, which is very cool. I think it is the first article that we've ever been featured in. But in the article, they're like, oh yeah, they post episodes every Monday, and sometimes they have guests.
What are you talking about, guys? We always have, but I mean, how fancy is that? KETS, the news becoming news.
Hey yo!
I mean, that's quite something.
Yeah, we'll link it down below if you guys want to go.
Yeah, and we only read it after one of our friends shared it on her story. And the article's a month old, so thanks all of you loyal KETS supporters that just didn't send it to us. It's in the South African.
Yeah, we'll link it down below. We're number one.
We're number one.
No, not to boast anything. But Sam, how are you doing this morning?
I am feeling a bit broken for some reason. I slept through 3 alarm clocks, which I never do.
3?
Yeah.
Yo.
5:30, 5:45, and 6:30. And here I am. Quite amazing. Chloe opened the door to my bedroom this morning to wake me up so we could start filming the podcast. And it felt like a poor Mexican drug dealer being stormed by the DEA. ¿Qué pasó? ¿Qué pasó? I don't know. I've heard that a few times in these. What does that mean? I think it's like, what's going on? I don't know. No, definitely not. But it was scary. And when you wake up and you don't know where you are, which is usually when you travel and stuff, but this is concerning because it's in the bed I sleep in every night. So
yeah, well, so I still live with my parents, so I come over this morning and I'm trying to be let in. Thank goodness Sam has a roommate, otherwise he might have been sleeping until 9. I'm ringing the doorbell, I'm calling him, nothing. Then eventually Sam's roommate opens up and I'm like, is Sam asleep? And I go in and I've never seen someone he almost looked like he was being bamboozled or ambushed. Bamboozled.
Bamboozled?
I was looking for the word ambushed.
When have you ever looked at someone and be like, that guy looks like he's been bamboozled? Chloe, keep it together, you crazy person.
Someone's like,
you get bamboozled by a googly and cricket, a ball that turns in a direction that you weren't expecting. You go, whoa, I was bamboozled. You get bamboozled by state capture. I don't think you get bamboozled. I don't think you get bamboozled by an angry girlfriend / podcasting co-host. But anyway, I don't know. What is your... I'm just going to come clean. I don't have a show and tell. I woke up about a second ago, threw on a shirt, sprayed a bit of Axe body spray. That's a lie. That stuff's disgusting. I didn't. And it kills the ozone or something.
Or something.
So I have no show and tell.
Do you have anything to tell? Do you want to think on it? I'll do my show and tell.
I'm telling you, I've got nothing. I'm not going to cobble something pathetic together. Our viewers are too loyal and they deserve proper, funny stories with context, imagination, and all sorts of wondrous storytelling. And I have none of that in the show and tell format this morning. But Chloe, you told me you've got show and tell. What you got for us?
Yeah, I also have no show and tell. Just joking.
Real laugh a minute, yeah.
Pranked. So, my show and tell is an issue that I want to bring up, right? Why should I be expected to wear lingerie like this? For those of you watching, these are some lacy little red G-string. When men wear stuff like this. You know what I mean?
Well, let me, because that is my piece. That is an article of my clothing, so I will explain. It's a name brand. You can see they're Calvin Klein's, but obviously they have a lot of holes in them for, men there needs to be more breathing space.
I don't think that it was designed like this.
That looks more like lingerie, like that crazy lingerie that people wear. Yeah. But,
oh my goodness.
So lingerie, I was actually just searching it now, comes from mid 19th century, from French, from ligne. That's exactly how you say it. Linen.
Okay. What?
Linen.
Oh, linen.
No, linen.
Oh, okay.
Ligne means linen.
Okay, good.
Linen. Bonjour, can I clean your linen? And that was just a creepy French guy asking to see your lingerie. No, so very French, because it's small, it's lacy, a little bow tie. But do you think there's a fundamental problem between men who expect girls to get dressed up in lingerie and these matching sets, and then they come out quite literally swinging with their holy underpants? Is this a global issue that deserves more attention?
Yes.
Okay.
I think you're onto something. I must say, I wear it when I feel like it. I don't wear it every day. Because it is kind of uncomfortable. Like I'm not going to go to the gym in one of those.
Well, it depends if you're meeting your lover at the gym.
Well, I'm not. I most definitely am not.
That's fair. But so my thing with it is there's just nothing for men.
Yeah, I know what you mean. It's kind of like you get name brand underwear, but there's nothing like super fancy.
Men, I'd love to dress up and have cool things and wear lingerie.
You would like to wear lingerie.
I'd love to wear lingerie. I'd love to feel sexy in some lacy underwear. Red ribbon.
I'm actually pretty certain that there's lacy underwear out there for men. If you want to wear it.
Yeah, okay, that sounds a bit much. A bit strong for my taste. But sorry, I was just having a panic. Sometimes the audio doesn't record, and who gets blamed? Me. Why? Because I set it up, so it makes sense. But no, I just think it's funny. I think it's one of those things again that it's like women have to be so sexy, and then men kind of like show up and they're like, oh, you don't dress sexy anymore. John, you've been wearing holy underwear. I'd say easy access, but people don't want to hear it. People, they don't want to hear it.
They don't. Speaking of underwear though, and red underwear, lacy underwear, it's Valentine's Day coming up next weekend.
Yes, literally next week, Monday.
Yes. Would you guys like a Valentine's Day themed episode? Possibly.
Spoiler alert, I will be grumpy in it. Well, I think I'm fairly grumpy throughout most episodes. I try not to be. I try to bring happiness and love to them.
Someone was saying that you were laid back last week.
Laid back in bed with my lingerie on. No, but I don't know. I'm not a big believer in the Valentine's Day.
But I think we could do something like we could do like Sam did last year. He did dating advice. I feel like that'd be fun.
Yes.
We could do like a segment, and you guys can make sure you're following us on Instagram, because we're probably going to put out something like that.
Yes, that will be fun. And Valentine's Day named after Valentino Rossi. It's just I don't know. I think have fun, be with your loved ones. If you've got multiple Valentines,
true.
Well done, but also get organized, because they're expecting everyone. But don't also feel pressure to go now buy flowers and rather try put that show a person that you're in a relationship with and love that you love them throughout the year, and not just on one shitty day where you can't
get in. Awfully pessimistic about Valentine's Day.
But anyway, let's move on to something a bit lighter. We said we were going to read some reviews, and we've got some reviews and a few funny comments that we're like, we'll read them out. And this is one of my favorite ones, and I think, is this the right name? Gary the Bio? I saw something else when it was written.
No, yeah. His, I think his or her sort of like caption was meh.
Oh, I thought that was his name. No, I thought that was Mane.
I don't think so.
Anyway, he gave us 5-star review, so that's all that matters. And he or she wrote, beats staring awkwardly at strangers on the Gautrain in silence.
Thanks.
Sorry, Gary, I'm trying to laugh more. I've laughed at this about 3 or 4 times already. So if you thought, hey, Sam, that was a bit of a fake laugh, you're absolutely right. But no, that is hilarious.
That is funny. But the funny thing is, you're probably listening to a podcast with your earphones in. So you're probably still staring at people, and they still think that you're staring at them in silence, even though to you it's not silence.
Absolutely. The only thing you could do to make it more awkward, Gary, is whilst you're on the Gautrain listening away to these whispers of whimsical delight and humor. Just take your AirPod out or what do the kids call it? They call it wires.
Wires?
Yeah.
Really?
I heard it at school the other day. They were, not when I was at school. I mean, I've left school, but when I was at a boys' school, won't be named. I heard another kid not bullying, but saying, "Oh, you still have wires." And I was like, "Oh God, this kid's braces must suck." And then he smiled, didn't have braces, but he had earphones with wires. So if you want to insult a youth, say they've got wires. But take that AirPod and just plug it into this random stranger's and spread the gospel of KETS.
I think that we should do some funny YouTube comments.
Oh yeah, bring them on. Lather them on me like a soapy butter bath.
Okay, so first one is from Vincent Warner.
Not Warner. Come on, Chloe. Warner. There's no like Siobhan here.
Siobhan.
Vincent Warner, spelled V-U-N-A.
So remember last week we were talking
He's
about...
a loyal fan of the show. Vincent Warner.
Sorry. Vincent Warner. Last week we were talking about haaaaais that are literally sharks. And why
Afrikaans.
Afrikaans, yeah.
Not in literally every other language.
And why they aren't, they're less and less on our Western Cape coastline. So he says that this could either be due to pollution or killer whales, apparently.
Yeah, killer whales, orcas.
Yeah? Whatever you want to call them.
Call them yin-yangs. That sounds like a racist Chinese slur, but I said that because it's black and white. Thank you. Thank you, Chloe. Stick up for me there. This is not Joe Rogan dropping the N-bomb 1 billion times.
Oh
yeah. Anyway, and so they look cute and cuddly, but they are one of the most devastating predators to exist, as well as the chunky hippopotamus. That always blows my mind that they're the most dangerous animal in Africa.
Yeah. In Africa?
The hippo. Yes.
The hippo.
The hippo loves to munch on some thighs.
We thought we saw David Attenborough at dinner the other night. I was convinced. I was like, I think Mr. Attenborough's lost a little bit of weight, but it literally looked exactly like him. And we kept making eye contact.
No, that was definitely not David Attenborough. He just shared...
Look at the hippos.
He just shared a brief likeness. And then we've also got Siyabulela Malinga, and he comments also on almost every video. And I don't know, he came for me. He said, Sam singing, crying emoji. Michael Jackson would comb your hair with singing lessons if he ever heard that. I'm not too sure what that means.
What does that mean?
I'm not too sure.
It's funny, but I really don't know what that means.
But keep it coming. We love that sort of stuff.
Over my head. Yeah. Through your hair.
Oh, there we go. Oh, and also, don't forget to like and subscribe. We're getting the housework out of the way early on. Like and subscribe.
Early days.
Come on, get us to 1.5 and then to the moon from there. I think that's fair.
Yeah. We had someone write into us that said maybe you guys should use threats to get people to subscribe.
No, but that was a crazy talk. He was like, steal their toasters. I was like, what are you on about? What?
Yeah,
what's wrong with you?
You just steal people's toasters, and then when they've subscribed, you can give them back.
Yeah. No, that's Crazy Town 101. We will not be doing any of that. But honestly, like 500 people watch these episodes, and they're like, there's 45 likes. When you laugh, click like. Or you'll marry someone who has no sense of humor, and he or she will ruin your life.
Okay.
Time for some hard-hitting journalism, would you say? Touch up on a few current events?
Yeah, why not?
What's one of our main stories for today?
Our main story for the day is...
Dun, 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 dun.
We were talking about, I think it was also last week, we were talking about recalling of products,
Yes, and how Twitter calls them out. And if you don't have Twitter, you're basically fucked because you're eating biochemically altered food.
Yeah.
And you're going to have cancer and die. Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. So basically, Nestle has recalled KitKats recently. Why, you ask? Because they might have shards of glass in them. How does that happen?
Yeah, some would say it's time for a break.
Yeah.
Nah. I'm officially rating that KitKat joke 2 out of 10.
Yeah. No, I mean...
No, but shocking. I mean, also Nestle, they're finally getting what they deserved for reinventing the way we say Nestle. It's about time you pay for your sins. They put a little accent on the E. Nestlé, fuck off. This is South Africa. Speak South African. That makes next to 0 sense. But there were bad things about them, and
I just, again, like we're saying, they announced it on Twitter, which is like,
and they put it out and they go, KitKat milk chocolate voluntary product recall. What do you mean voluntary? So you, if you're quite happy with the glass, this adds a certain crunch. You can keep it because it's voluntary.
Yeah. Apparently, no one's been injured, which is good.
It's because it's only on the finger ones. So you just those small ones. But no, it's
in the
obviously South Africa is going boss on Twitter.
Yeah.
If you're not on South African Twitter, and I mean, it's quite depressing. It's also quite funny.
Yeah.
They're hits and misses. But Chloe doesn't just go, let's have a laugh, Sam. Let's giggle at Nestle. Hopefully no one's throat's been affected by this glass, but let's giggle at Nestle. She goes, what is the harder hitting news? How do we make this an investigative piece of journalism? And she's gone out and done exactly that. And she got me fired up this morning talking about Nestle. So Chloe, the floor is yours. What have you got on these fucking milk giants?
Oh, are we talking about Twitter?
No, I'm talking about your... Twitter is not a... Chloe, if you think Twitter is investigative journalism...
We got from Twitter to investigative.
I'm talking about the hard-hitting research you've done on Nestle. I think it's time the people know.
Okay. Well, I mean, I think as we all know...
No one knows this. When you told me this, I didn't know.
Obviously, Nestle is one of the most hated companies in the world.
I never knew that.
We all know. I don't know. I think maybe some people have been living under a rock. But
oh, that's right. Insult people who don't share your values. That'll be a good way to do it.
No, because so they've been obviously called out for, they're a massive conglomerate. So pollution, that's not so good. Natural resource exploitation, also not so good. And child slavery, which is very bad. So
yeah, just so you heard it here first, KETS does not believe in child slavery.
Yeah, we don't. I mean, we believe that it happens, but we do not support it, obviously.
Oh, we live in such a silly world. Okay,
but
free my guys.
But I don't know. It's just great. So there was a documentary that came out which covered like cocoa plants and stuff like that, like the plantations, and Nestle was involved in that. And like that whole, like, everyone was like, what? Nestle uses children to make our chocolate?
Oh, and in the cocoa plantations, there were slaves working.
Yeah, and they were children, yeah.
Okay, because you just said cocoa plantation. I was like, they can have, I mean, that must be how they make things.
Is that not where chocolate comes from?
Yeah.
Yeah, and
the
then...
cocaine.
Yeah.
So they've got, Nestle has child slaves working on, and this has been proven.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure not on all of their plantations, but...
Because I don't have the money to survive a lawsuit from Nestle.
That's true. Actually, let's just add in allegedly.
Allegedly.
Allegedly, they have children working on their farms for no wage. But something else that I found interesting was that we know who Robert Mugabe is, right?
Who's that?
He was...
No, I'm joking.
It's okay if you don't know.
The supreme leader of Zimbabwe.
Yes, yeah. So Nestle, get this, how crazy is this? Used to have a deal with Grace Mugabe, his wife.
Pretty thing, nice to meet.
How crazy. So they would get their milk supply from Zimbabwe, and she owned, they had, what do you call it when you take farms from...
land reform. Expropriation without compensation.
Yeah, from
Coming to a city near you in South Africa. Maybe. Never know.
Too real. But so she'd basically, I think there were 5 farms that they'd taken away from white
repossessed
farmers.
land, and then we're just selling that to Nestle.
Yeah.
Oh
milk
my
from
God.
those farms. Then there was an international boycott because everyone was outraged about this. So
Rightly so.
Nestle were like, oh, sorry guys.
Jeez.
Our bad.
Chloe, when I think of, Nestle and stuff, I think of George Clooney. Was that Nespresso? Or is Nestle own Nespresso?
Yeah. Nestle owns Nespresso. They own...
Child slaves. Come on, Chloe, don't make jokes about child slaves.
Pull this together. They own Cheerios. Have you ever tried San Pellegrino?
Still popping Pellegrino because my mama liked my hero.
Milo. Do you know what I found out?
What did you find out? Well, I mean, you found out a lot already, but what else? Tell us more.
I found out that Milo is not South African.
It is.
It's not.
What is it?
It's Australian.
There we are. Pour that shit down the drain. I'm going back to Nestle hot chocolate.
How crazy.
Anyway.
How crazy. Yeah, but we're talking about George Clooney.
And I mean, he's stunningly good looking. He's a family man. He's funny. He's presentable. He's everything. But he's obviously in bed. And he's like, his whole spiel, he's a political activist.
Yeah.
And now
Well, let's contextualize maybe for people who don't know. He has been the face of Nescafe. Nescafe?
Nespresso. He's too rich to be the face of Nescafe. Good heavens.
He's the face of Nespresso since 2006, which falls under Nestle.
Oh, God. So he was deeply surprised and saddened by the alleged discovery of child labor on farms used by the coffee giant Nespresso. Like we were all surprised, but wasn't surprised enough because he's still making paid ads with them.
But I don't know. I just think it's like you are this massive political figure. He was the mayor of California or
No, that's Arnold Schwarzenegger.
He had some sort of political.
Maybe he has been, but he
I'm
wasn't
getting a mix up with him, but he did have some sort of political. So he should know what's going on in the world, you know. And even if he didn't know about the child slavery, Nestle's probably not the nicest company ever.
Yeah, but also, hey, George, secure the bag. Do what you got to do, my guy. Hashtag Free Palestine. Anyway, speaking of politics, right, it's the State of the Nation address coming up. And, you know, commonly referred to as SONA. And you might have to be a bat to be able to understand what's going on there. Oh yeah, that's a stretchy sonar reference. But and you know what happens when we have these State of the Nation's address? The president boasts about what we did and our achievements of last year.
Yeah.
Record high youth unemployment, record high unemployment, record high corruption, record high petrol prices.
It's
and
not good.
They all brag and they go, oh, we're doing such a great job. And then they outline plans for the future. No, we're going to fix ESCOM. You know what we're going to do? We're going to burn more coal. Greta Thunberg, either one of those. So there we go. That's basically that. I saved you, you know, the grim reality of listening to the State of the Nation address, and there it is, and oh boy is it depressing.
Yeah. Well, apparently Zandile Mafe, who allegedly, we're using this word a lot, guys, allegedly burnt down Parliament. The conspiracy, what's been put out there, is that he was trying to prevent SONA from happening.
Well, you failed, Zandile.
Well, it's not happening at Parliament, so...
Yeah, but I mean, it's still happening. Oh, my genius plan thwarted by, you know, there have been more than one building in Cape Town. No, but I still think that stuff's going to come out. And I don't know, it's still very fishy. I don't really...
Who knows, yeah.
Who knows? Exactly that. And then whilst we are just touching on a bit of politics, I found the most hilarious article about Malusi Gigaba, who was our ex-finance minister. Mm-hmm. And he had a couple of positions, high-ranking ministerial positions.
Yeah.
And so in his first budget speech in February 2018, and I mean, some would argue that the budget speech is more important than the State of the Nation address because it has massive economic repercussions. Not that SONA doesn't, but you know what I mean. You know what I'm saying. Come on, guys, go with me here. So when he was the newly appointed finance minister, in his first speech, and this was amidst growing concerns that the Zuma administration had backed South Africa into like the worst economic position ever, which it had. He begins, or at one stage of his speech, he goes, as urban poet Kendrick Lamar says, we go be all right. We gon' be all right. And he was like throwing up hand signs and humorous hand gestures according to the Daily Maverick. That happened. And you just go, what is going on here? What?
We gonna be all right. Hey.
Everyone's like, Mr. Gigaba, how much money are we spending on education? He's just, we gonna be all right. And I mean, if that's South Africa.
Are you being serious?
Why would I lie? I mean, I don't know why. I know why I would lie, but that certainly, it's just terrifying. And obviously now he's been quite heavily captured in the state capture, and he's not going to be all right. Actually, probably is, because in South Africa, if you're corrupt,
You will be all right.
You will be all right. You'll probably be pretty wealthy.
Yeah.
But also, we're not the only fucked up political mess in the world, Chloe. The world is a shit show. How about you watch this shit show? But we were just chatting about all the political messes. And obviously, we've got Boris Johnson and PartyGate.
Yeah.
I mean,
PartyGate.
PartyGate is not the gate you go through to party. It's how you become the next ex-Prime Minister of the United Kingdom. Would you say that's correct, Chloe?
I would. I think it's almost like, you know, when we were like, surely Zuma's going to step down, right? Like, surely he is.
Surely. Jay-Z,
like,
come on.
It's a bit embarrassing, everything that's come out.
Enough's enough.
And then he like didn't step down. We were like, oh. And now I feel like it's the same thing with Boris.
But the best in the business, Jacob Zuma, Trump, Boris, deny. If you don't acknowledge it, did it even happen?
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. So
Well, will you contextualize PartyGate for us a bit?
So contextualize.
Is it like, come on, Chloe, now contextualize. Programming, beep boop.
So obviously we're in a pandemic, and I think it was towards the beginning that there were 16 parties that he held at, I want to see what the place called, Downing Street.
So these are not political parties.
No,
these are drinking parties.
These are parties that he had. In the garden of Downing Street. They think that he had around 16, which is a lot of parties. Like, I didn't even go to that many parties last year.
That's a lot of parties, especially while like lots of people are dying.
Yeah.
And you come out and go, the sky is not blue. It is indeed in trouble. Who wants to come to my party? That's a bad Boris Johnson impersonation. But like I say, we swing for the fences here.
Yeah. It wasn't that bad. So yeah, but he, like Sam was saying, deny. But now he's finally admitted it.
Oh, he did? What
Yeah.
did he say? He was like, you got me.
No, he said like, I'm so sorry. I lied, you got me, you know. But I don't know if they're gonna get rid of him.
You can't, like, some people come out and they've been sleeping with other women and, you know, these like prime ministers and stuff, and they go, I've got a sex addiction. And everyone goes, oh, you can't really have an addiction to partying. You're not a matric. You know, Boris, you're an old man.
I think he likes to dance.
He likes to get loose.
He likes to get loose.
What sort of music do you think Boris Johnson listens to?
I don't know.
Hard techno for me. You can just...
Can you imagine
more trance, not even techno, just trance. It's like getting fucked up.
He probably like gels his hair and like rocks out. Ew.
You can quite clearly see Chloe ain't never been to a party. She thinks what people do, gel their hair and rock out. Chloe, answer this as sincerely as possible. What generation are you from?
I don't know.
Who wants to come to our flat tonight and rock out?
Like I said, I don't even think I went to 16 parties last year. I think I probably went to 3.
She's at a push, really.
At a push, yeah. But I mean, I don't know if you remember that video of Boris dancing. We don't have to wonder what music that he dances to.
Jeez, quite like Shakira, Boris Johnson's hips don't lie.
Yeah.
They fib.
There's a lightsaber involved as well.
So we'll maybe put a link in there, or maybe you Google it yourself. But do a bit of work for yourself. What are we doing?
Sneaky
Providing
link.
you company, making you laugh. Now we've got to give you links. We've got to get you links everywhere. Aye. And back onto the African continent. Because, Boris Johnson, come on, Boris.
Yeah.
Come on. Come on, the UK. Can we have a female prime minister for a change? You guys ever had a female prime minister?
Have they not?
They've had two. I was trying to bait you into a trap.
I don't want to sound stupid, but I'm pretty sure they have. Yeah.
It was Margaret Thatcher, who's one of the famous to ever do it. And who was the other one?
That was the only name I could think of.
Who was the one that was dancing all the time? God, she was funny, but she got lambasted. What was her name?
I can't remember.
God, okay. I'm Googling it.
Give it a wazoogle.
No, nearly. And it's like Marie.
I was always going to say Marina
de Gama. Theresa May. We were nowhere close. Fuck.
Teresa. Close enough.
Listen to all the names of the United Kingdom's prime ministers. Boris Johnson.
Yeah.
Tell me when you've never heard of them.
Okay.
Boris Johnson.
Yes, I heard.
Theresa May. Well, not really. We both couldn't say her name. David Cameron.
Yeah.
Sounds like a movie star.
It does.
Mm-hmm. Gordon Brown.
Never heard of him.
Yeah, I also missed old Gordy. Tony Blair.
Heard of him.
John Major.
Never heard of him.
Margaret Thatcher.
Heard of her?
Heard of her. Great broad. James Callaghan.
No, never.
Harold Wilson.
No.
No, it just gets progressively
this is
whiter.
now like before our time, yeah.
Yeah. Well, so there we go. A little bit of political education, more so for us than anyone else. Theresa May. Okay, don't forget that, Sam. That would be embarrassing at a braai.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we're back onto the African continent, of course, for AFCON. AFCON is over, the memes, the jokes, the tragedy, and now finally the winners. Senegal.
That's so cool for them, really. I think that's awesome. Egypt has been the most successful team in the tournament. So Senegal said.
Yeah. And the underlying theme was Sadio Mane from Senegal, plays at Liverpool, and Mo Salah, who's from Egypt, but plays, and they're like two of the best sort of strikers, goal scorers in the world right now, and it was quite cool to see them clash. And obviously Sadio Mane is the best player in the world. And maybe he is, no, he probably isn't, but pretty cool. And like it is a bit sad that it only gets coverage because they're Premier League players. Like they could have been pretty similar players, but if they weren't playing in the Premier League, no one really watched it. But hey, that's the world. It ain't fair, Chloe.
No, but it's really cool, and it was a nail-biting finale.
Oh, I don't believe that.
Penalties.
Oh, that is one thing soccer has to change. And hey, we live in South Africa. It's called soccer. People lose their minds. They go, it's football, you fucking hairy idiot. You need to calm down.
As Sam pointed out, in football, which is basically like American rugby, you don't even have your foot on the ball.
No, but I'm saying we're talking about different things. Vastly different thing. But that's fine. But anyway, it's all over now, and the AFCON. I was rallying to a point about football, life, love. But now Chloe interrupted with something.
Sorry.
I got nothing for you.
I thought it was funny that one of the Egyptian players said that the something like the pharaohs will rise, but obviously they
sounds like something you said to your girlfriend after a few drinks.
Pharaoh.
Very phallic, talking about your pharaoh like that.
Yeah, that's true. But obviously it's the name of their team. But when I heard that initially, I thought they were like threatening to bring back the pharaohs from the dead.
I've worked out what I was going to say. So it was a nail-biting affair. Is your words, not mine. Okay. It was 0-0 and then went to penalties. Finals are always boring. Doesn't matter what competition it's in, because you got to win so badly, and it's all about winning that it becomes less about flair, fun, just passing a ball around with your mates. It becomes too much. Way too much. When was the last time you were under way too much pressure?
Not a long time. Not recently.
You haven't been under pressure in a while?
No, I've been on holiday for 3 months. It's been lovely.
You don't think KETS is work? No, it's fun times.
KETS is fun.
What are not fun times heading South Africa's way?
What are not fun times? We might have, not to freak you guys out, but we might have a cyclone heading towards us.
And that's not a cycling race, that's El Tornado.
El Tornado, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Well,
this is not the August.
We can't predict it. It might dissipate by the time it reaches us.
I thought the whole point of these weather services is that they could predict it.
No, so tropical cyclones are by nature very unpredictable.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that makes sense.
But let me describe.
Okay, take us away.
300 kilometers in diameter. It's a big thing. That's a big thing.
It's as big as your mama.
Your mama is as big as Cyclone Batsirai. I'm definitely saying that wrong. Batsirai. I think that's right. Yeah. But basically, so it made contact with Mauritius last week, Wednesday.
So it's a cyclone heading for South Africa.
Yeah.
It's 300 kilometers, possibly. Allegedly coming to South Africa. 300 kilometers in diameter.
Yeah.
Give us some more hard-hitting facts.
Well, it might be Richards Bay. If it does hit South Africa, it'll probably be there. Who knows?
Where the fuck is Richards Bay? Thoughts and prayers.
I was thinking of Gordon's Bay. I don't know.
No, that's just something with a bay.
Anyways. But it's been devastating. as of now, because it hit Mauritius and then it hit Madagascar.
Oh, no, Chloe, how are we joking about this? I don't know it had hit places already.
Yeah.
I thought this may be happening.
It may be hitting us.
Oh, so it's hit to other countries and we make it, wahaha, your mama.
I mean, I wasn't laughing.
You literally are making your mama jokes as well. But so currently, we are in no immediate danger. So you don't have to mark yourself safe on Facebook.
But maybe they just tell us we're in no immediate danger. You know what I mean?
That's true. Don't look up vibes. And
You know?
oh boy, the Cyclone are coming.
Not to make you scared, but you know.
But you should be scared.
But no, I mean, it has been.
Where would we go? Where do we hide? There are no basements in South Africa, and if they are, they're occupied by creepy uncles. So
That's true.
I don't know. And you know, there are probably going to be people who go in and surf while the tide's crazy.
My God.
I mean,
probably actually, be like the swole is so big. It's so big. It's cooking today, guys.
it's absolutely cooking. Speaking of cooking and the food industry, there's been some more racism in PE, GQ. Who would have thought? I've been there a handful of times.
Ibeja. Is that?
Ibeja.
I said Ibeja.
I mean, we both are not good at it. But, you know,
We try.
as reformed whites, we are trying. We are trying our best. But there was this terrible incident that took place at the Old Grey Sports Club, which I think allegedly is for Grey PE old boys, but it's a full-blown restaurant.
What's that?
Grey PE is a school, a high school.
Okay, got you.
And junior school. And so a customer was there.
Yeah.
And when he got his bill, it said, you know, thank you, smiley face. But on it had Indian. So like the waiter wrote that to be like, oh, I'm serving the Indian person. And they had written Indian. And obviously everybody's just erupted because it's like, how is this still happening in 2022? And everyone, you know, all the racist people are like, oh, well, you know, I mean, how else is he supposed to identify who he's serving or she's serving? It's like, blue shirt, glasses, anything but he. I mean, surely we've moved a bit away from that in South Africa.
Oh my God.
Yeah, so obviously there was an uproar about that, which was
Oh, that's not good. So where did you say it was? It was at a old boys.
No, but it's just a restaurant in PE. It doesn't really matter that much. Just sad that this sort of stuff is.
Yeah, this sort of stuff still happens.
Just I mean, come on, what do we do?
You don't want that when you just want to enjoy your food. You don't want to be racially profiled. You know?
Yeah, I do know. Don't know what you're doing over there, but it's bringing some crazy energy. You most certainly. You certainly don't. And then they came out with the list of critical skills needed in South Africa. Spoiler alert, Chloe, neither of us have any of these.
Really?
And if you're probably listening, you don't have any of these either. Well, actually, no, who am I to say? So they came out, the Department of Home Affairs, for the first time in its history, published an article and outlining which skills in the country are in short supply.
Yeah.
And so it's like, the bigger ones are sort of in terms of managerial positions, CEOs, project managers, data science. But if you go into actual skills, they're like, we need actuaries. Be like, I can't do that.
Yeah, I don't think we can do any of those.
They need aeronautical engineers.
I'll be there.
No, architects.
Nope.
Chloe, what about a biotechnologist?
Nope.
Civil engineer?
Nope.
Are you a microbiologist?
Nope.
Could you be an economist? I feel that's the easiest one.
No.
But you may be a zoologist?
Nope.
A quantity surveyor?
No.
A physicist?
This is just getting depressing. No.
Here we go. These are ones we could do.
Podcaster. That's on there.
Not on your FET phase school teacher. So grades 10 to 12. I could do that.
I probably couldn't.
No, you definitely could.
I mean, I could, but I also
You got to
couldn't.
get it. Jesus, so we're critically unskilled. What does that feel
Well,
like?
there's just like too many of us. Is there nothing there about the need to inspire a nation?
The need to entertain. Nothing.
Really?
Zero.
Nothing.
And that's why we make $0 dineros. So send through unmarked bills. What is always that? I always love that they're like in bank heists and movies, like the unmarked bills. I'm like, what about the marked ones?
Yeah.
Aren't all bills marked? What do these movies mean?
I don't know what that means.
I know you don't. Which means it's time to move into some overrated, underrated, because you guys, you love it.
Are you ready?
You really get your dicks hard for some overrated, underrated. So, Chloe, I think you're asking me this week.
You think? Of course. Okay.
Of course, senor.
Of course. Okay. Are you ready for some overrated, underrated?
Hulls to the air. How are we doing for time? Where's the time?
13 minutes.
13 reasons why. Let's go.
Okay. KitKats, overrated or underrated?
KitKats are fucking overrated.
Okay.
That's it. That's the take. What? You want me to make jokes about them now? Have a KitKat, have a break. Fuck you. Get out of here. Get out of town.
George Clooney, overrated or underrated?
Underrated pre-slavery claims. Overrated. No. No, you know what? I'm going to have to stick to my guns. George Clooney's underrated. He's a beautiful man. He looks like my dad, quite literally. And he calms me down. He calms me down when he's on screen. I love him.
Especially in those Nespresso ads. Okay. Overrated or underrated? Lingerie.
Lingerie is perfectly rated. Men's lingerie. Lingerie, underrated. Let's see some more men's lingerie in the mix.
Yeah.
KETS. That was one of our KETS merch ideas. Remember that? And then Chris was like, do it. I was like, someone needs to get Chris some lingerie. He's overly keen.
Coming to your next episode of Euphoria.
Yeah. Oh my God, that show.
Sam and I have chatted about what would Euphoria look like if it was South African. And I think that, Blood and Water, I don't know if you guys have ever watched it. Season 1, episode 1, when they're at that Lumo party, that is what Euphoria would look like if it was a South African.
Guys, spoiler alert, it's shocking.
It's bad.
It is real bad. But so is Euphoria, actually. That's my new take on it. Mid.
Okay. I got my last one for you. Lionel Richie, overrated or underrated?
What the fuck? Lionel Richie? What? He's just writing random names in this overrated, underrated.
Answer the question.
Lionel Richie, underrated. Don't really listen to his music. I'm not a fossil. But he did create Sophie Richie, who's objectively one of the prettiest women in the world. Mm-hmm. So they can be underrated. How about that? How about that? We sprinkle some underrated for Lionel.
Lovely. I love that.
Yeah, one of the few older musicians who hasn't come out with terrible allegations, and now no one can listen to his music. So severely underrated.
Ayo.
How about that?
How about that?
So, again, the hair's starting to stick to my face. It's that time of the show where we start to sign off.
Yeah.
Chloe, what do you got? What do you got for the KETS loyalists?
I just wanted to say thank you for joining us on this Monday evening.
Boring.
If that's when you're joining us. We miss you guys when we're not recording during the week. It's lovely to see you guys in the comment section. We love interacting with you guys. If you want to interact with us more, you can head over to our TikTok. We've been trying to post more on there.
TikTok, Instagram, it's all happening.
TikTok. And remember to follow us on our Instagram, because I think that we're going to do a dating segment in our Valentine's episode.
More content there.
But we appreciate you guys.
I don't miss you. I don't long. Chloe's different. She's built different. I don't long for you guys in the week. I like our Mondays. I like our Thursdays. Apart from that, I don't think about you all that much. Just, that's a joke. maybe not.
Wow.
But yeah, so thank you for joining. We really do appreciate it. It means the world when you rate, review, and of course, like and subscribe.
Yeah. All right.
What is something... here we go. What is... oh, God. Come on. When you go to church, you read the holy Bible.